Hello, this is J Goddess with J Goddess Tarot, and today I wanted to bring you a slightly different picker card. It's about midweek when I'm posting this, when I've made this and I'm posting this. So I wanted to ask the question, why am I so blue? I know I'm kind of experiencing for myself like the midweek blues for different reasons. Work is crazy. I'm a 9 to 5, but I figured there are those of you in my collective who are also feeling this way. So there are 3 piles for you to pick from today. I have the green Aventurine, the lovely blue Angelite, and some rose quartz. So that's pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. And take a few minutes, close your eyes if necessary, take a few deep breaths, and pick the pile or piles that call you, because there may be more than one pile that calls to you, because there could be messages in various piles for you. While you are doing that, when you get a chance, check out the links below in my description box. I have a link to my Instagram where I post readings for the collective quite frequently, a link to my Amazon wish list of all the wonderful decks that I want to add to my collection, and a link to my Patreon. We are a high vibe tribe over there, and I post exclusive picker cards, too hot for YouTube picker cards, as well as tutorials on how to do things such as develop your intuition in very practical ways. So without further ado, pick your pile and we'll get started. All right, my pile ones, those of you who selected this beautiful green Aventurine, the question I asked Spirit is, why are you so blue, and what can you do? And I forgot to say that in the intro, and what can you do to change it? So the 3 cards that came out for you, the 3 tarot that came out for you, 3 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, and the Hanged Man. Whew. So what this is telling me up front, my pal ones, is that you are so blue potentially because of a recent heartbreak, or you're going through a lot of challenges with a romantic relationship right now. This could also be a platonic relationship, like a friendship, but I'm feeling for most of you, especially with all the green coming up, which is heart chakra related, this has to do with a romantic relationship. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So that's what the 3 of Swords speaks of. And the reason you're having so many challenges, the 5 of Wands speaks of challenges in terms of competition. For some of you, not all of you, this could potentially be a third-party situation. And it's either, if that applies to you, I feel it's a third-party situation that you have known about for a while, and maybe have been actively competing with the other person, with this third party, for your person's attention. And it's really wearing on you, and it's not good for you, my pal ones, if that is your set of circumstances. For a slim number of you, for whom it being a third party situation potentially resonates, you may not have known, but I feel for most of you with whom that resonates, that it is a third party situation, you have known about, like, you've been aware of it to some extent. Now, whether you have consciously admitted to it, that can be a different story for a different reading. But with all of these people in this card, I'm definitely get there are multiple parties in your situation. Now, please understand, it doesn't necessarily mean, I feel for those of you for whom that circumstance applies, it means somebody who is directly in competition for your love interest attention. You know, they're in competition with you. For some of you, it could be they have family members that they don't have, or friends that they don't have appropriate boundaries with about their relationships, and they are allowing that person's opinion to have undue influence on you all's relationship. So, and what you need to do in order to overcome this or level up in this is the Hangman. You're going to have to release this. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to get out of the relationship. For some of you, it may be an option that you want to look at, but for others of you, I feel you need to release this energy of being in competition with whomever this other person or persons is, whether it's another romantic interest, whether it's family members or friends that appropriate boundaries aren't in place. If this is a platonic relationship, being in some type of competition there, you need to release that energy of competition and challenge, because it's not serving you. And with all of this green that's coming up, the stone itself, the Hangman, as well as these 2 cards, your 2 crystal cards, you need to really focus on your heart chakra. That will help you as well, because I feel one of the reasons you may be in this situation or continue to engage in this situation willingly, my pal ones, is there may be some elements of self-love that need to be addressed. So release the energy of the competition around the situation, regardless if you decide to stay in the relationship or not, whatever that looks like. You have free will and you know what's best for you. But I feel overall what would best serve you is to work on your heart chakra. So the first crystal card we have here, is aquamarine, and it says go with the flow. So go with the flow of the situation. And I specifically feel this speaks to those of you who decide to stay in whatever this challenging relationship is, whether it's platonic or romantic. And your second crystal card, fluorite, says find peace within. And I feel this is a message for everyone who picked Pal 1. You need to focus on finding your peace within and working on unblocking and balancing your heart chakra. And there are many ways to do that, from different sound meditations to Reiki healing, etc. Feel free to go on YouTube and just search, heart chakra balancing. You will get a lot of results that come up, or search Google or something else and start engaging in the practices that will help you heal and balance your own heart chakra, because I feel that doing that work first will allow you to come from a more authentic and sound place of how you want to proceed with this relationship. If it's to pursue it from a new perspective and putting new boundaries in place, or if it is to release the relationship altogether. Once again, this is a general reading for the collective. I'm a reader on YouTube. I cannot tell you what the best thing is for you, as I would be able to do in a private reading. You need to decide what is best for you. But I feel overall a good place to start if you're not sure about how you want to handle the relationship. And even if you do choose to stay or go, you still need to do some healing work and some balancing of your heart chakra. And then this Moon Oracle card came out. It says adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. So this goes once again to say you need to start taking actions and going within, finding this peace within, in order to come from and operate from a place of more. I don't think you're being inauthentic. I feel that you, for many of you, my pal ones, are operating from maybe a slightly fear-based perspective in terms of this relationship. And I feel that working on your heart chakra, the energy is coming through, is working on your heart chakra, healing it, balancing it, will allow you to operate from a perspective that doesn't have that lens of fear or anxiety or whatever. It will allow you to just make the choice, whatever you choose, that is best for you, and have peace with it. So this is my reading for you, my pal ones, about what is causing you to be blue. Why are you so blue right now? And what you can do to change that. Please feel free to watch readings for other piles, as well as like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new content. Also, check out the links below in my description box. I have a link to my Instagram where I post readings for the collective often. I have a link to my Amazon wish list of decks that I would definitely appreciate being gifted with if you so choose. And I have a link to my Patreon. We are a high vibe tribe over there where I post exclusive pick-a cards, too hot for YouTube pick-a cards, as well as tutorials on how to do things such as develop your intuition in very practical ways. So if this is where I leave you for today, thank you for letting me read for you, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, my pal twos. For those of you who selected this lovely blue Angelite, this is your reading about why are you so blue right now, and what can you do to shift that or get out of that. This is actually, I would have to say, pal twos, a pretty interesting reason to be blue at the moment. And I would say, as humans, we would all experience this. So the energy that's coming through to me right now, my pal twos, is that you have recently or are recently about to go through or have recently gone through a major change. What is coming up for me, the energy is coming up for me, is this is more related to either job and career or geographical location. For instance, you have been working on something and say you've got another certification or a certification, a professional certification, or you finished a formal degree, an associate's, a bachelor's, a master's, etc. And now you are leveling up. Like now all that hard work is paying off. You earn that certification or degree, and you've applied for a better job. It could be within your company you're working in or a completely different company. And you have gotten the job and you're making that transition. Like there's an ending to something. And I'm feeling it's a good thing. Like this isn't tower moment or anything. I'm feeling this is a good change that is happening for you. So the death, the end of one job, the rebirth, now you're leveling up. You're going to the next level, my pal twos. However, you are blue because you are leaving behind what's familiar. And I feel as humans, as I said, we all go through this to some extent. If the job career scenario doesn't quite resonate with you, another thing I feel is coming up is an opportunity has come to the forefront, my pal twos, and has required you or is going to soon require you to move geographical locations. For some, it could be international, but for many of you, I'm based in the States, I feel that it's, say you're on the East Coast. Oh, this is coming up pretty strong. Say you're on the East Coast and you want to be an actor or a songwriter or something in the entertainment industry, and something comes up and you have to move to the West Coast. You have to move to LA. You have to move to Los Angeles. You're excited because you have been working hard to make this come to fruition. That's that Three of Wands energy. But you're still like nervous and scared and uncomfortable because it's new. Not the opportunity itself, but it's new. You're doing something new. And I feel that this change, whatever it is, the world, it's completion, joy, like it was a good thing. Like this is a good change that has happened. This is a good rebirth moment, my pal twos. But because it's new, you're a little blue. You're away from the things that are familiar. You're away from those familiar coworkers that you had those routines with. You're away from those familiar friends, that the friends and the family that, just were a part of your everyday life. And you're in a new environment in some way, shape, or form. That's what I'm getting overall, my pal twos. And it's causing you to be a little blue. But because you've worked so hard for this, that's what this Three of Wands is saying. You've worked hard for this. You're waiting for the results of this. So you either have recently made this change or it's coming. Like, you got an offer for the new job. You know what I mean? So that change is going to happen in a matter of weeks where you're working at that new job. Or, you wrote to one of those agencies or shows that help small talents, indie talents. I don't want to say small. I don't want to minimize anybody's gifts. Help indie talents, get signed to record labels or, a reputable, it's something reputable. It's nothing, nothing skeevy. And I feel this opportunity has either you've just made the change or you're about to, but it's pretty much, you're going to make this change. Like you've already been contracted with this company to fly out to LA to move out there and what they're going to help you do. Like, or, got signed on as an in-house songwriter or composer with a large company, like something like that. Like it's an opportunity that, yes, you have worked hard and manifested, and it's either recently come to fruition or it's about to come to fruition. And that makes you blue in the sense that it's uncertain terrain. It's new territory. You have not been in this space before. You wanted it and you've worked for it. You've worked very hard for it, my pal twos, but it's still new terrain and it makes you a little uncomfortable. So what you need to do to kind of get out of this, I don't think it's a funk. I think you're just a little blue about it because you're changing, you're being pulled away in some ways from the familiar. So what you need to do is, first thing that came out is the labradorite. See the magic. See the magic, because this opportunity is just really, I don't know how clearly that's coming out. There we go. This opportunity is really cool for you, my pal twos, and you've worked hard for it. And with all the blue I'm seeing, your throat chakra probably needs to be worked on to some extent. So feel free to get crystals that will help you soothe your throat chakra. I like Angelite personally, but labradorite is a great stone as well that will help you because it's kind of shimmery and multifaceted in color. It will help you see the magic in your opportunity and look at these changes in a positive way instead of a negative way, and I think overall you see these changes very positive, but I think deep down you have a little pull, a little hesitation towards it. And then the other crystal that came out was clear quartz. Get crystal clear. So if this is something you're still working on, for a select few of you, I feel this is something you're still working towards. So the death and rebirth have not occurred yet. If that applies to you, make sure to get crystal clear on what you really want and stop kind of going maybe back and forth in your emotions as much, my pal twos, about what you want to achieve and what you're going after. Because the last thing you want is to go after something and then get it and you're like, I didn't really want that. And we've all done that a time or two. So your Moon Oracle card says, take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. What this is speaking to me, this energy that's coming up to me, is you would really benefit from engaging in practices such as meditation, mindfulness practices. If you don't feel you're good at meditation, try something like a walking meditation, like going outside, finding like a park or someplace you feel, walking trail, you feel safe to do so, of course, and just kind of walk and talk out your thoughts, or walk and imagine yourself in this new setting and doing the things that you want to do. A lot of visualization may be helpful. I feel journaling, if you're anything like me and traditional journaling doesn't appeal to you because your mind is always moving so fast and your hand can't catch up and then you get kind of discouraged. Voice journaling. I am a person who likes to record voice journals and I can just talk out my thoughts at the end of the day. That may be very useful for you. Once again, going back to that throat chakra and communicating with others, but also clearly communicating with yourself and within yourself. I feel it would be very, very helpful to you, my pal twos, and allowing you to fully embrace this new opportunity that has come or is pretty much guaranteed at this point. So this is why you are feeling a little blue right now, my pal twos. And if I had a reason to feel blue, leveling up in my career or something, or being offered the chance to live in a new geographical location, because I'm following my dream, seems like a pretty good reason. But nonetheless, not minimizing your feelings, you are feeling a little blue, and those are some of the things you can do to address that. So feel free to click on another pile if it calls to you. Otherwise, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new content. Also, check out the links below in my description box. I have a link to my Instagram where I post readings for the collective pretty often. I have a link to my Amazon wish list of decks that definitely would love to add to my collection. And last but not least, I have a link to my Patreon. We are a high vibe tribe over there. I post exclusive pick-a-card readings, Too Hot for You to pick-a-cards, as well as tutorials on how to do things like develop your intuition in a very practical way. If this is where I leave you for now, thank you for letting me read for you today, and I will see you in my next video. Hello, my pal threes. For those of you who selected this lovely rose quartz, this is your reading about why you're feeling a little blue right now and what you need to do to get out of it. So, all of these cards together, the energy of the reading is telling me, for many of you, you're feeling stuck in a relationship. Doesn't have to be. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But you're feeling stuck. And then with the rose quartz being the stone of the pile, the rhodochrosite, and the red jasper, the energy I'm feeling is, this is associated with two specific areas that you are feeling stuck because of. Heart chakra, which is telling me romantic relationship, and your root chakra, red jasper, which is telling me safety. And what Spirit is saying for you to do to change this situation is to make an intelligent decision, which I definitely believe you are, my pal threes, very intelligent folks, and quickly move toward that decision. With the Knight of Swords, which talks about wit and decision making, and if you see in the card, the figure is like racing toward the bike, and the Chariots, which talks about speed and victory. Both Knight of Swords and the Chariot are about success, but the success is tied to forward movement and action. So whatever the situation is where you're feeling stuck about, you need to be decisive, you need to make a decision, and you need to move quickly toward that action, my pal threes. And I strongly feel, for some of you, let me back up, I feel for some of you, this may be a romantic relationship where your partner has the financial advantage over you, meaning they take care of everything. And I feel that's where that red jasper is coming in. You may feel your security, your lifestyle being not the same if you make the choice to part ways with this partner. And with the Rhodochrosite, this says, remember your worth. So for some of you, my pal threes, you could be in a relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be a platonic relationship where you aren't being shown the level of appreciation, love, and respect that you are worthy of. So Spirit is saying, remember your worth, and don't allow that foolishness. And if you're currently in a situation like that and you're not sure what to do, it is okay to, how do I say this? It's okay to, like, in the privacy of your own, thoughts, or even in a journal that's very private, write down what your potential options are. And we have the red jasper, and it says take action. We have a lot of action. We have a lot of urging you to take action. The Knight of Swords, the Chariot, the red jasper, all of these are urging you to take action. And I feel the reason you may feel stuck, my pal threes, it has a lot to do. Yes, if this is a romantic relationship, yes, there's a lot of love there, but I feel the deeper thing that is making you feel stuck, because the Eight of Swords is about feeling stuck, not actually being stuck, is about there could be some concerns about your security, like your lifestyle. So if you're with a partner that takes care of everything financially, and you at this time aren't the one like supporting yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that situation, but I feel that this could be for many of you your situation. It's really causing you to have doubts and fears about what to do and why you're feeling stuck. So Spirit is saying you know what's best for you, and you have to take swift and decisive action. That's what a lot of these cards are telling you, as well as remember your worth. You need to be with someone who honors and respects and loves you the way you deserve to be. And that may not be happening right now in this relationship, my pal threes. And then once you take this action, this Moon Oracle came out. A new romantic cycle begins. New Moon in Libra, which definitely solidifies to me, for most of you, this is about a romantic relationship. And once you move away from this current one, and what I'm hearing is redefine yourself and reestablish your boundaries, a new romantic cycle is going to begin. So another love interest is going to come in, one that really is more in alignment with you, what you want and where you want to go. So this is a tough one, because I feel there's a lot of factors that are in play that are causing you to feel stuck. I'll leave some links below as well, and you check those out at your leisure. They may resonate with you of some things you need to do, some resources you may need to reach out to, my pal threes. But I'm strongly feeling that you need to you have to make up in your mind what you want to do, and then once you decide what you want to do, you need to move towards that decision kind of quickly in taking action, because when you do, you're going to open up a lot of possibilities and opportunities for yourself, my pal threes, and be able to stop feeling stuck, number one, but be able to, I'm hearing, move forward in many facets of your life. So I feel that this feeling stuck isn't just one thing. I feel that there are different facets to it, and to move away from it is going to help you gain clarity about who you are. Because I feel for some of you in my pal threes, you may, being in this relationship, whatever it is, has caused you to, I'm hearing silence yourself, like play a smaller role, not be as big of a personality or as outwardly expressive or something. It has caused you to kind of not be as bright and shining as you are, if that makes sense. So take that. This is a heavier pile indeed. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I feel overall Spirit is saying you need to make that decision to, it's saying take action. You need to decide what that action is for you. As I said, I'll leave some links below. Take what resonates. And because once you take that action, you're going to then be in a space to do some healing. I definitely feel your heart chakra is what's being impacted right now in this, whatever this situation is. But I also feel that working on your heart chakra is going to help you remember your worth and then be prepared for the next love interest that comes in. So sorry that turned a little heavy, my pal threes, but this is my reading for you of why you're feeling blue and what you need to do to move on from it, or what you need to do to get out of that, feeling blue. So feel free to pick another pile if this didn't resonate with you, or if another pile is calling to you. Also, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell notification below. Also, check out the links below in my description box. I have a link to my Instagram, a link to my Amazon wish list, and a link to my Patreon. We are a high vibe tribe over there. I post exclusive picker cards. I post any extendeds that I do for YouTube videos. I post there. I post Too Hot for YouTube videos, as well as I post tutorials that will help you do things, very practical things like developing your intuition and breakdown of the tarot, card by card, etc. Just fun things, fun content that I'm bringing to you. If this is where I leave you for today, thank you for letting me read for you, and I will see you in my next video.